Hey guys, and girls of course. Hopefully there are girls watching this. But hey, and I want to do a video about my current B10 team, and I guess just give you guys like a little playthrough of how they work and basically what I do to farm B10 at the moment. Before I even get into it, I started farming B10 roughly about 2 months ago, so it was about 6 months after I started playing, 5 or 6 months after I started playing, and this has just been my initial team that I've used since then. And yeah, I'm working on getting some other mods to make it a little bit faster, but my normal clear time is usually anywhere from like 2.5 minutes to 3, and sometimes they do fail, but it's very, very rare. But we'll go ahead and go into it. For my B10 team, I do use my Evo 3 Succubus right here. She is 60, and in the beginning, I did use her variant skill to have more HP because my Nike, she didn't have 6-star gems, so her defense was kind of wonky with having like 1 6-star and 2 5-star. So she was around 9k, which is what they recommend, but she wasn't quite there yet. So there's sometimes she would just get like straight blasted. But you see here, I've Succubus, and she has the critical hit HP siphon and the critical hit defense down, which is phenomenal. So she self-sustains herself with max crit or close to max crit, and she gets off her 5-star really, really quickly, so she can defense down the dark mons in there and help you like burst through the waves in order to get to the boss. Which the boss isn't the problem. Getting to the boss is the problem. But with her defensing down and like Nike doing her AoE 5-star, it really helps clear the mobs out. She is on a rune set. Not the best rune set, but I mean it's okay. And I mean she does her job. That's what. She said 104 crit. You see, I wish I could get like another oh. Yeah, I wish I could get like another like a 6-star crit rate gem, and I could take one of those off. But yeah, I use her for her self-sustain and her debuff on her 5-star skill. Great mod to have. She is farmable, but not really farmable, if you know what I mean. You can get her from eggs or save up in her soulstone, well, the shady shop for her soulstones. But I mean, honestly, I ended up gleaming mine to get her to Evo 3 because I needed her for B10. Like, she was a B10 specific mod for me. I posted on Reddit a while back that I wanted to try and make a B10 team, and that's what they recommended. So, I mean, I really don't regret that because 2 months later, and I'm farming B10 with little to no issues. So she's one of my DPS, I guess you could say, wave clearers. And next is my girl, of course. If you've seen the why you shouldn't build a fire Miho video, then you should definitely check that out. But this is the wet waifu, Evo 3 Miho, water Miho. She's fully booked, so 100% chance on her her 3-star skill, and then the 80% chance on her 5-star. She's 10 out of 10, like at least for B10 and B8 and some of the other content in the game. For me at least, like, she's everything I want because she's just a great all-around sapper. She's not super tanky, she doesn't hit super hard, but she can take a couple blows and she can dish out some nice sap action. So I use her as the main sapper, and the good part about the water Miho is that you don't have to rely on pulling like a fire purse as a dedicated sapper. You know, you can just farm water Miho while you're going through the story, which in my opinion is very, very good, especially for new players. Next, the passive healer. I haven't even maxed that gem out yet. I need to. But I use my Persephone. She's Evo 2 as the passive healer right now. As you can see, she has a big stack of HP on her. I use her as a passive healer right now because she heals around 7 to 8k per turn. and that's pretty much her only purpose besides her occasionally doing her AoE and petrifying enemies, which does slow my run times down a little bit. But also when you're first starting, it really helps you to get your team back on track if you're trying to do it manual, because you can essentially petrify a whole mob and get Nike healed up so she doesn't rest in peace to the squad. But yeah, Persephone, she's my dedicated healer right now. I do hope to change that. Don't get me wrong, she's awesome. But, if I get a full light team or full dark team for B10, that's going to really speed up my clear times. And last but not least is Light Nike, of course. Does she have skill books? I think she has skill books now. But yeah, Light Nike. Originally she didn't have almost 11k defense on her. Like I said before, she had one 6-star gem and she had 2 5-star gems. I had a time getting that darn 6-star defense diamond shaped gem. I think it's taking me a month and a half. But she's the main tank of B10. She's the one that takes all the damage, and she dishes out quite a decent bit of damage too. I wouldn't recommend doing B10 without Light Nike if you're just beginning. If you pulled someone already, like a Light Odin or another tanky Lightmon, then you can definitely use her. But I wholeheartedly recommend Light Nike because you get Victoria for free, and yeah, you have to go through the process of fusing a lot of Victorias to get her to Evo 3, but it's well worth it. Light Nike's 10 out of 10. She's useful everywhere. There's maybe 1 or 2 spots in the game where she's not useful, but yeah. And I do use her as a lead because she does have just a slight boost in attack. But for the most part, yeah, she's solid. Once you get her the 9k defense, you don't have to worry about her. As long as she has someone that can heal her, not every turn, but once every couple of turns, she'll do her job just fine. And that's pretty much my team. They fit, I guess, the generic template for a B10 team, having a tank to mitigate all the damage, having a healer, and then having either 2 sappers or a wave clearer and a sapper, and that pretty much fits the agenda. I'm gonna release him because that's bothering me. But I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys what they can do. And one aspect I do like about my B10 team is that at least some of the mons, not all, Succubus, you have to pull quite a lot of Succubus to get her to Evo 3, but you could still use her as Evo 2. It might make your runs a little bit longer, but in the grand scheme of things, I rather a slightly longer run than being unable to clear out B10. You know what I mean? And Persephone, she's my first Nat 5. So I never really had to worry about having a passive healer going through the game. But I know there's other substitutions for her as well. But yeah, this is the team, and we'll go ahead and show you guys. I do run them on auto. Normally, it takes me roughly about an hour for them to do 20 rounds, which is fine because I can just set my phone aside or set the emulator aside and let it do what it needs to do for an hour. And 9 times out of 10, I don't have to worry about them, getting bad RNG and dying. Like I said, occasionally I would say once every maybe 300, 400 runs it messes up, but for the most part, I don't even have to worry about that. I need to turn synergy off. But yeah, I let them run on auto. This is like a pure auto team. I could run them on manual, but why? And as we see right here, she's mitigating all that damage. She's taking it like a champ, and yeah, they're barely denting her defense. Meanwhile, Persephone's healing her every turn. So it's a really good setup, especially when you're first breaking into B10. I mean, longevity-wise, of course, you would want something quicker. But if you have a B10 team that works, and even though your clear times might be 2 or 3 minutes, then you should still farm it, because your times will only go down. Once you get better gems, once you acquire better mons and raise them, your time's just going to go down. So even if it takes a while, I would still say go for it. You can Evo 3 Succubus if you have a Fire Succubus and she's close to Evo 3. I wouldn't go out my way to do it. I mean, like I said, I personally did it, but that was specifically for this reason. And I mean, I don't regret it or anything. It's just that I know some people rather, I guess, prioritize other mons other than Succubus with their gleams. But in my opinion, if gleaming a mon makes you able to farm B10, then go ahead and gleam it. I'm not saying I'm right, I'm not saying you're wrong, but if I have to gleam something that takes me a month to get her or get it to where it needs to be, then I'll definitely do it. And I mean, it's gotten me this far. Yeah, he does nothing. He is no threat at all. And I just noticed this is like 100% team like waifus. There's not a single male on my Ashamon team. That's not how I roll. But yeah, that's my B10 team. Yeah, 2 minutes and 28 seconds, so 2.5 minutes to clear B10, which is average, okay. But yeah, I mean, we'll do it again. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Light Nike, like I said before, Light Nike and Artemijo, they are farmable. So you're already 2 mons down what you need for a stable B10 team. You just need a healer and either another sapper like Water Artemis or Fire Persephone, or another Water Miho if you want, and a dedicated healer, and I'll get you guys past B10. I think honestly for me, breaking into B10 was probably like the hardest thing thus far, since I haven't been playing for so long, and I don't have one of the wonderful nukers like Gatito or anyone like that. So breaking into B10 for me was a bit rough. But I mean, you don't necessarily need a Nat 5 in order to do B10. There's farmable teams out there, and it's really just I guess just a matter of preference and you being able to look at the bigger picture. Should I gleam my team of slimes the Evo 3, or should I gleam a Succubus or my Light Nike, or Victoria, to get her to Light Nike for B10? It's just a matter of opinion. There's no right or wrong. But if you're not farming B10 yet and you've been playing for quite a while, then I definitely recommend working on that, because B10 has helped me through dragons. I do run it for money, even though I do B10 in not B10, but B8 in like a minute. I do run it for money because my problem with B8 is that I'll farm it and I'll get like a whole bunch of square gems, and I'm like, no, I have to keep them. They're 6-star. They're like everything that I need. So I end up hoarding the gems, and that's not good because I'm not making any money. I'm basically just wasting my time. So I like to farm B10 instead because it takes longer. I don't have to check my phone as often, and even though there's a higher rate for you to get 5 and 6-star gems from it, for me at least, it's honestly not that much higher. But it's a noticeable increase. But with B10, 90% of the gems I get, I can just sell because they're usually 5-star with like a couple slots on them of something I don't need, like, like a defense gem. Well, a defense set, like a protection set with like some crappy subs on it, or it's not even a defense, it's like recovery or resist or like flat attack or something, basically something that I can just sell for money. But yeah, that sums it up. I'm curious to see what you guys have for your current B10 teams. I am currently working on a light one, and I'll definitely show it to you guys after I'm finished building them. And I'm just curious to see what you guys have for your B10 teams. And oh yeah, by the way, if you guys are interested, I did post a video a couple days ago. I do have a Discord channel now. The directions will be in the link if you want to join it. I'll be on it pretty much every day. Response times will vary, but I'll be on it. And if you guys have any questions, you just want to hang out, there's already a couple guys in. There's already a couple guys in the Discord group if you guys just want to hang out or whatever. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.